client's on his way.
Why does Vega get a second chance, huh? We had a hearing, we won, he lost.
Hey, RJ, please stay calm, okay?
What's the loophole?
There are no loopholes. There's only the law.
Well, then use the law to keep Vega away from my family.
If the judge has agreed to review the case, then she must have found some merit.
I don't care what she found.
Look, if that's what's happened, then we should consider negotiating before the hearing starts. It might be time to give a little, Carrie, because once it's in the judge's hands, you won't have a choice.
No, I don't want Antonio Vega to ever see his daughter again.
Bob McGovern is a good lawyer. Okay, he will make a case for the legitimacy of Antonio's position.
There is nothing legitimate about Vega. He doesn't have a job. He's violent. He's totally out of control. He shouldn't be anywhere near children, let alone Jamie. The only reason we're being dragged through this case again is because now he's tapping a Buchanan.
RJ.
Don't RJ me. The Buchanans are using their influence to open this case up again, and I'm not going to let them get away with it.
All rise. Family Court of Lantano County is now in session. The Honorable Margaret Hoffmeyer presiding.
Be seated. Mr. McGovern, you may proceed.
Your Honor, I move for an immediate
I'm
dismissal.
quite aware of the previous ruling, Counselor. If I didn't think a second look was merited, we wouldn't be here right now, would we?
No, Your Honor.
Call your first witness, Mr. McGovern.
I call Carlotta Vega.
I stood in Angel Square watching the babysitter Carrie hired completely ignore my granddaughter. Jamie could have easily been kidnapped.
You are aware that Miss Reynolds fired the babysitter that same night?
Well, I should hope so.
Which was the right thing for a concerned parent to do?
The right thing would have been never to have hired her.
Your son, Antonio Vega, is currently unemployed.
He's been between jobs. But Carrie isn't working either.
Your Honor, I'm on maternity leave.
You'll get your turn, Miss Reynolds.
Did you know that your son was fired from the Landview Police Department for excessive violence on the job?
I never spoke to Commissioner Buchanan about it, so I don't know why he was let go.
Yes, I do know Carrie Reynolds very well.
Have you had an opportunity recently to speak with Ms. Reynolds?
Yes, I have. I honestly believe that Carrie's drive to keep Antonio from seeing his daughter, Jamie, has nothing to do with the safety of the baby. Instead, I think Carrie wants to punish Antonio.
You saw Antonio Vega as a patient.
Yes. But as you know, I can't reveal specifics of our sessions.
She's gonna kill us on this. Look at the judge.
Why you were fired is a matter of public record. There's nothing we can do about that.
Let me get this straight, Mr. Vega. You have just admitted under oath that you did use excessive force when arresting Mitch Lawrence. Quote, he had to be stopped at all cost. Did Professor Reynolds' father, R.J. Gannon, have to be stopped at all cost when you so severely beat him behind the nightclub called Ultraviolet, his own property? Was that also in the course of arresting a dangerous criminal?
No. I told you.
Yes, we have your testimony already. You beat him to within an inch of his life because he struck the first blow. I'd say that's an odd justification for nearly killing a man. Wouldn't you agree?
I lost control.
Antonio, have you ever struck a woman or a child?
No. Never.
That's all?
You may step down.
No sign of Bo Buchanan. With due respect to your mother, I'm not sure it's a good idea to have the guy who fired you take the stand. Your Honor, we have no other witnesses.
Your Honor, I would like to say something on Mr. Vega's behalf, if I may. One of the best officers that I've ever worked with. And personally, Your Honor, as far as what Mr. Vega did to Mitch Lawrence, I might have done the same thing myself.
And his beating, R.J. Gannon?
Those two have a long history.
So you condone the fight between Mr. Vega and Mr. Gannon?
No, I don't. But, Your Honor, my point is that there's no doubt in my mind that Antonio is a wonderful father. He loves his daughter. And Jamie and Carrie are in no danger from him. I would stake my life on that.
No further questions, Your Honor.
You may step down, Commissioner Buchanan.
Good luck.
Thanks, Commissioner.
Any more defense witnesses?
No, Your Honor. Your Honor, we call Evangeline Williamson to the stand. Isn't it true that you recently offered Antonio Vega a job?
Your Honor, again, calling me as a witness? This is...
I heard your objection earlier, Miss Williamson. Please, answer the question.
Yes, I did. A job as a private investigator.
Well, weren't you worried about his violent behavior?
I wanted to use his detective skills, which have nothing to do with his arresting or even confronting individuals.
So you weren't worried about his so-called violent behavior?
Which has been well documented.
Answer the question. Were you worried, yes or no?
No, I was not.
Antonio hit me 2 or 3 times. He'd always say he was sorry, but then the next time we fought, he would do it again. And that's when I began to fear having him around my daughter.
Were there ever any witnesses to these attacks?
I saw it. I saw Vega hit her on the terrace of the Palace Hotel.
Mr. Gannon, sit down.
He did see it. My father was there. He saw Antonio hit me.
Isn't it true that you and your father faked that entire incident?
Objection!
He did hit me, just like he was always hitting me. He was always hitting me.
I saw Vega strike my daughter with enough force to knock her to the ground.
Was it true that you and Mr. Vega have a history of enmity?
We don't get along, but that has nothing to do with this. Look, I know that man is a menace to my daughter and my granddaughter.
That's all.
He will do anything to get back at her. Look, ask him why he cut her brakes and caused that accident. He could have killed both of us.
There's no proof he cut those brakes, and you know it.
There's no proof he didn't. Van, what were you thinking? You were going to hire this piece of...
I thought the custody issue was resolved.
If your testimony blows our case...
Look, you and Carrie might have done that all by yourself. Look, there is still time to strike a deal here before the judge makes her ruling.
No deal.
Did something just happen?
Yeah, I can't get through to her. She's crazy. She won't listen. Look, Miss Williamson, can you please help me negotiate the details about seeing my daughter?
Okay.
You know, she has no intention of abiding by the judge's ruling.
Wait, did she say that?
Flat out. Flat out. And I'm going to make her stick to what the judge said in there. I have dual custody of my daughter.
I'll do everything I can, Antonio, but I'm going to have to ask for your patience. Believe me, I'm committed to making this work for Jamie's sake.
Thank you. Here it is. I mean, I finally get what I wanted. I get to see my little girl. Now all I want to want to do is go get her and buy a bag of bread and go feed the ducks at Fresh Pond.
I understand how you feel, Antonio, and I promise you I will do everything I can.
I'll do my part. I'll go by the book.